Hello, my name is Jiso and I'm reading Master Dōgen Shōbōgenzō, and we are into Butsudo, which is the Buddhist Truth. I didn't get through much yesterday, did I? Because I had to get to the sit, but we are on paragraph 154. Sekimon's Rinkan Roku says, Bodhidharma first went from the land of the Liang dynasty to the land of the Wei dynasty. He passed along the foot of Suzan Mountain and rested his staff at Shorin Temple. He just sat in stillness, facing the wall, and only that. He was not learning Zen meditation. He continued this for a long time, but no one could understand the reason, and so they saw Bodhidharma as training in Zen meditation. Now, dhyana is only one of many practices. How could it be all there was to the saint? Yet on the basis of this misunderstanding, the chroniclers of that time subsequently listed him among those who were learning Zen meditation. They grouped him alongside people like withered trees and dead ash. Nevertheless, the saint did not stop at dhyana. And at the same time, of course, he did not go against dhyana. Just as the art of divination emerges from yin and yang without going against yin and yang. Calling him the 28th patriarch is on the basis that the great Maya Kasyapa is the first patriarch. Counting from Vipassana Buddha, he is the 35th patriarch. The 7 Buddhas and 28 patriarchs' experience of the truth should not necessarily be limited to dhyana. Therefore, the master of the past says, dhyana is only one of many practices. How could it be all there was to the saint? This master of the past has seen a little of people and has entered the inner sanctum of the ancestral patriarchs, and so he has these words. Throughout the great kingdom of Sung, these days, such a person might be difficult to find and might hardly exist at all. Even if the important thing is dhyana, we should never use the name Zen sect. Still more, dhyana is never the whole importance of the Buddha Dharma. Those who, nevertheless, willfully call the great truth that is authentically transmitted from Buddha to Buddha the Zen sect, have never seen the Buddha's truth, even in a dream, have never heard it, even in a dream, and have never received its transmission, even in a dream. Do not concede that the Buddha Dharma might even exist among people who claim to be the Zen sect. Who has invented the name Zen sect? None of the Buddhas and ancestral masters has ever used the name Zen sect. Remember, the name Zen sect has been devised by demons and devils. People who have called themselves a name used by demons and devils may themselves be a band of demons. They are not the children and grandchildren of the Buddhist patriarchs. I think I read that bit yesterday, actually, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. The world-honoured one, before an assembly of millions on Vulture Peak, picks up an Udambara flower and winks. The assembly is totally silent. Only the face of the venerable Maya Kasyapa breaks into a smile. The world-honoured one says, I have the right Dharma eye treasury and the fine mind of nirvana, along with the Samgati robe. I transmit them to Maya Kasyapa. The world-honoured one's transmission to the great Maya Kasyapa is, I have the right Dharma eye treasury and the fine mind of nirvana. In addition to this, there is no, I have the Zen sect and I transmit it to Maya Kasyapa. He says, along with the Samgati robe. He does not say, along with the Zen sect. Thus, the name Zen sect is never heard while the world-honoured one is in the world. The first patriarch, Master Bodhidharma, at that time addresses the second patriarch. The Buddha's supreme and fine truth is to preserve the vast kalpas in difficult conduct and painful conduct, and to be able to endure what it is hard to endure. How can one hope to seek the true vehicle with small virtue and small wisdom, and with a trivial and conceited mind? On another occasion he says, The Dharma seal of the Buddhas is not got from other people. Dharma seal represents the meaning of the Sanskrit Dharmodana. Sometimes 3 seals are enumerated, namely investigation of reality as anitya, inconstant impermanence, as an-atman, non-self, non-spiritual, and as nirvana, extinct, devoid of illusion. A teaching which does not bear these 3 seals or distinguishing features is not regarded as the Buddha Dharma. It's pretty essential stuff. Dharma seal of the Buddhas is not got from other people. And on another occasion he says, the Tathagata transmitted the right Dharma eye treasury to the great Maya Kasyapa. What has been indicated now is the supreme and fine truth of the Buddhas, the right Dharma eye treasury and the Dharma seal of the Buddhas. At this time, there has been no instance at all of using the name Zen sect, and no cause of or condition for using the name Zen sect. This right Dharma eye treasury has been passed on in the face-to-face transmission by the raising of an eyebrow and the winking of an eye. It has never been given with body, mind, bones and marrow. It has been received with body, mind, bones and marrow. It has been transmitted and received before the body and after the body. Footnote suggests the momentary continuation of Buddhist effort endlessly into the past and future. See also Sesshin Sessho. And it has been transmitted and received on the mind and outside of the mind. Footnote, on the basis of the mind and outside the conceptual area of the mind. The name Zen sect is not heard in the order of the World-Honoured One and Maya Kasyapa. The name Zen sect is not heard in the order of the first patriarch and the second patriarch. The name Zen sect is not heard in the order of the 5th patriarch and the 6th patriarch. And the name Zen sect is not heard in the orders of Saigen and Nangaku. There is nothing to indicate who began using the name and from what time. People out to destroy the Dharma and to steal the Dharma, who could not be numbered as practitioners even though they are among practitioners, may have secretly initiated the name. If practitioners of later ages randomly use the name that Buddhist patriarchs have never permitted, they will corrupt the lineage of the Buddhist patriarchs. Further, there will appear to be another method called the Zen sect, besides the method of the Buddhas and the patriarchs. If there is any method which is other than the truth of the Buddhist patriarchs, it may be a method of non-Buddhists. As already the children and grandchildren of Buddhist patriarchs, we should learn in practice the bones, marrow, and facial features of the Buddhist patriarchs. We have devoted ourselves to the Buddhist patriarchs' truth. We should not flee from this place and learn non-Buddhism. We have retained the rarely retained body-mind of a human being. This is by virtue of pursuing the truth in the past. If, having received this benevolent influence, we mistakenly promote non-Buddhism, we will not be repaying the benevolence of the Buddhist patriarchs. In Great Sung, China, in recent ages, among folk throughout the country have heard this wrong name, Zen sect, and so the vulgar usually use the wrong names, Zen sect or Bodhidharma sect and Buddha's mind sect, rumours of which vie to be heard and to disturb the Buddha's truth. These names are the confused expressions of people who have never known the great truth of the Buddhist patriarchs and who neither perceive nor believe that the right Dharma eye treasury even exists. How could anyone who knows the right Dharma eye treasury call the Buddha's truth by a wrong name? For this reason, Great Master Musai of Sekito-an Temple on Nangaku-zan Mountain, in formal preaching of the Dharma Hall, in the Dharma Hall, addresses the assembly as follows. My Dharma gate has been transmitted and received from past Buddhas. It is without discussing the balanced state of Zen or diligence, solely to master the wisdom of the Buddha. Remember, Buddhist patriarchs who possess the authentic transmission from the 7 Buddhas and the many Buddhas speak like this. The only words realized are that my Dharma gate has been transmitted and received from past Buddhas. There is no realization of the words my Zen sect has been transmitted and received from past Buddhas. Without distinguishing separate instances of the balanced state of Zen and diligence, he causes us solely to master the wisdom of the Buddha. That which he has solely mastered, without spurning the balanced state of Zen and diligence, is the wisdom of the Buddha. This is expressed as, I possess the right Dharma I treasury and I transmit it. These characters are taken from the Buddha's preaching quoted in paragraph 157. Sakito's my is the Buddha's I possess. Sakito's my. Go she. She functions as a particle which makes go into I, which makes go I into my. Right, I see. And the Buddha's I possess, go ooh, I have, I possess, or my possession. Sakito's my is the Buddha's I possess. The Dharma gate is the right Dharma. My possession, and my marrow are the transmission which you have got. Great Master Musai is a disciple of the founding patriarch Saigen, the only one to have entered Saigen's inner sanctum. And he is the Dharma child of the eternal Buddha Sokai, who shaved his head. So the eternal Buddha Sokai is the forefather and his father, and the founding patriarch Saigen is the elder brother and his teacher. So I start that again. And he is the Dharma child of the eternal Buddha Sokai, who shaved his... I've got lost now. Great Master Musai is a disciple of the founding patriarch Saigen, the only one to have entered Saigen's inner sanctum. And he is the Dharma child of the eternal Buddha Sokai, who shaved his head. So the eternal Buddha Sokai is the forefather and father, and the founding patriarch Saigen is his elder brother and his teacher. Right, got it. As a hero in the truth of the Buddha and in the order of the patriarchs, Great Master Musai of Sakito-an Temple stands alone. Only Musai has solely mastered the authentic transmission of the Buddha's truth. Every fruition and every element of the realization of his words is the timelessness of an eternal Buddha and the everlasting presentness of an eternal Buddha. We should see him as the eye of the right Dharma treasury, and we should not compare him with others. That people who do not know compare him with Daijaku of Kozai is wrong. Great Master Baso Duetsu, successor of Master Nengako Ijo, is a contemporary of Master Sakito. Okay. So remember, the Buddha's truth transmitted and received from past Buddhas is not even called the balanced state of Zen. How much less could it be called or discussed as the Zen sect? Clearly remember, to call it the Zen sect is the most enormous error. Inept people, thinking that the Buddha's truth might be like a materialistic sect or an immaterialistic sect, regret that unless a name is given to a sect, it is as if there is nothing to learn. The Buddha's truth cannot be like that. We should be absolutely certain that the Buddha's truth has never been called the Zen sect. Nevertheless, the common folk of recent ages, in their stupidity, do not know the old customs, and people who have not received the transmission of past Buddhas wrongly say, within the Buddha Dharma there are lineages and customs of the 5 sects. This is a degeneration that has been left to follow its natural course. There has been not one person, nor half a person to redeem it. My late Master Tendo, the eternal Buddha, is the first to have shown pity for this situation. This is his mission as a human being, and it is mastery, and it is his mastery of the Dharma. Great. We'll probably be on Butsudo for a couple more days. Thank you for listening. Do take care.